Hello everyone, today I will be showing you the ePSXe for the Android, which is a PlayStation 1 emulator that you can run on an Android TV box. In this case, the MXQ Pro, but I'm sure it works on all the others. The MXQ Pro is like a low-budget Android TV box, and for what it has been offering me up to this point, it has been very good, very much worth the money. Especially if you just want to use it as a media player, for which it's very excellent. Or simple browsing on the net, watching YouTube, those things, Netflix, all those things. So, but as you might know, as you might have seen in one of my previous videos, that you can run emulators on it, and which is, I'm keep telling you, that really awesome. Before this one, I did try out many others, especially the free ones, and the ones I checked and tested, they did work. I mean, they did run the game smoothly. Well, I only checked a few titles, but that must be enough. I mean, one thing that might be very annoying for a lot of people, which are the ads. And they pop up in the menu screen, which is fine, I don't have problems with that. But they also pop up on the main screen, like when the game screen, I don't know about you, but that's really weird. That really distracted me constantly. Yes, I know you might get, if you really have no choice, you could get used to it. But it bothered me like that. That's not how I play my games. That's really weird to have ads while you're playing the game. So no. And I would have been fine if it would pop up and you could remove it, like on YouTube, but that's not possible. So no. Or maybe it is, but I didn't it was a hassle. So no. And the other thing that was an issue, or yes, that's a big issue for me, was the fact that you could hook up the controller, like a wireless controller or any other controller you have, like the Xbox or PS3. I'm using a PS3 controller, but the problem was you couldn't map it. So you could hook it up and you could play with it, but you had to use the buttons the console is telling you to use, which is troublesome. I mean, you are using a PlayStation controller, so you should be able to use the controller like you normally would. So that was an issue. And that's why I came to this one, because I know this one for the PC. I've been using it on the PC, and on the PC it's perfect. Well, on the PC, the ePSXe runs very smoothly with the upgraded graphics. Like, you wouldn't believe how gorgeous the game suddenly looks. So yes, I have good experience with the ePSXe on the PC, so I was like, yeah, on the Android, I'm sure it will run just as good. So that's why I paid for this emulator, and it's only like €2.99. That's not a lot of money, and for what you're getting in return, it's worth it. At least in my opinion. Honestly, I normally don't pay for emulators and stuff, but in this case, I really thought it was worth it, because it got rid of the ads, and I could map out the controllers, and there are a lot of tweaks you can do. You have a lot of options graphic wise, so I'm sure people will love those options if you know what to do, because I don't know half of it, but it does seem like it's very elaborate. So even if you would stumble upon a game that you couldn't run smoothly, I'm sure that you could tweak it in a way that it could. I mean, but that requires time. For example, I will be showing you a little bit of Chrono Cross, and it ran smoothly just when I started. But then when I got out of a battle, you only saw the characters and everything else was black. So I saved my game, I went back, and then I tried to change the settings somewhat, and then I saw, I downgraded it a little, and then I saw that everything was okay again. But then it didn't just ran entirely smooth, so then I downgraded it again, So I just tweaked and tweaked, and then it ran like you normally would play on the PlayStation, except maybe for a few delays in sound, maybe like very. But no, but that I'm sure like if with time you could make it run like smoothly and properly, and make it look good also. So, but that was the only game that I saw that had like a kind of an issue. But it's not really an issue. I mean, you can still play the game. It doesn't hurt the enjoyment that much. By the way, with downgrade, I mean set it to a lower resolution or like remove a filter, those things. I think most of these PlayStation 1 emulators are demos to give you an idea what they can do, so that you buy the full versions, proper versions. So yeah, something else I need to say about this emulator. Well, it has save states, so you can save at whatever point you like and load it at whatever point you like without restrictions. That's very handy to have. But it also has the option, like if the game gives you an option to save, then again. You can save in game, like like you normally would. See? But beside the saving in game, you can save whenever you want. So that would have to eliminate a lot of frustration with certain games. I think. Use that to your advantage.
Arrow fodder into the savior of the day. But we knows better.
There are some things I need to point out if you're not familiar with the emulators, with the PS1 emulators. You will need a BIOS, which you can download. Just type in Google for BIOS PlayStation 1 and it will bring you to many sites where you can download it. This one offers you the option to simulate the BIOS, and then you will still be able to make it work. But it's recommended that you download it and then manually add it, and then you will be able to make it work also. I think that's the better option, just so you know. There are 3 versions of the BIOS. You should pick one which works for you. If it doesn't work, if the one you pick doesn't work, then one of the 2 will work. So and the other thing I need to point out is that you need to add your own ROM. I am assuming you know how to do that. If you don't, then send me a private message. The emulator will give you an option to manually add the ROMs, and it's recommended that you put them in one folder on an external hard drive or SD card, and then you will always have access to it, and you won't have to put it on your internal storage space. Once you have added the games, the emulator will store it for you so that you will always have a library to go to, and you can always add new ones and then refresh it, and so it's pretty straightforward.